Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, keeping good employees is essential for any business, no matter the size. Here to share the importance of having a career management plan, we welcome back executive coach and personal brand strategist, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, so let's talk about this because right now, a lot of companies are facing a shortage of people, of employees, of talent.
Yeah, actually 75% of the companies are experiencing a talent shortage, and it's due mostly because people are leaving, particularly women. They're leaving way more than men from the workplace, but it's also because employers aren't doing a really as good of a job as upskilling and reskilling the talent that they have. And studies have shown that companies that have like a career management strategy for their employees have a 34% higher retention rate than those that actually don't. And people think when, you think of career management, they're like, well, don't managers talk about that at performance appraisals, or isn't HR available for that? But they're really not trained in like the methods and methodology of career management and development. So they're getting advice, but not really what they need. And most people go outside to a career coach when they need that type of support. But if you bring that internally, then what you do is you keep loyalty, you create opportunities that allow businesses to really grow and flourish.
So you're suggesting that managers invest in their team?
Absolutely, right? So in order to increase retention and engagement, I think there's really 4 things to do, and one of them is to allow managers to have a very proven, simple framework that they can utilize to really support their employees, right? I already talked about before that managers are always overworked, overtasked, and they're stuck between so many obligations. And so it's hard to add career coach on top of the plate. So to give them something that's really easy to use, is really employee driven, but they can really manage it and give them a toolkit that they can really support their employees, something that's not convoluted or complicated or added to the plate for them. It's a great strategy to support managers being at the front line to do that career development. And a lot of the work that we do in organizations, we bring in a simple framework that has been really helpful with the employees.
What do you mean by framework?
Well, of just a 4-part strategy, right? So for example, what we do in career innovation is, you discover what it is that you want to do, you build a brand around it, then you start engaging a network, and then you engage some activities to go into the thing you want to do next. So it's just like a 4-part system that is located, but it gives them really step-by-step process that they can take that's really simple and easy, that helps the employee get what they need in order to step up into the next leg in their career.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you talk about, is making sure that you create opportunities and upward movement for your employees, or they'll look elsewhere.
Absolutely. So to avoid any kind of feeling of stagnation, it's important to create stretch assignments. So when you have a career management strategy, one of the things you want to embed in that is an opportunity for employees to step out of their comfort zone and to learn new skills by stepping into maybe other opportunities where they're not so trained or knowledgeable of, but they can grow in that knowledge and ability. And that's how you really help with advancement and mobility within the organization.
And shouldn't employees talk to their management about, hey, I'd like to try something a little out of my comfort zone?
Exactly. So if you create this management strategy plan, this career management strategy plan, you allow employees to step into the driver's seat of their career to be able to have these conversations about what's available. So it's not that, okay, here's the next step you have to take, but here's a wealth of opportunities and some assignments we can give you so that you gain more knowledge and experience to kind of test drive other opportunities, which allows movement and mobility across the organization, so employees don't feel stuck or like their only option is to go into the next step, which they may decide that's not what they want to do and they may want to leave. So if you want to really upskill and reskill and retain that talent, give them opportunities to explore multiple opportunities within the organization.
You talk about HR leaders.
Yeah, so I think it's a really good, one of the things I think is really successful is training HR, because HR too, they're not overly trained in being career coaches. They're, doing so many other things within the organization. So if you take a small group of HR professionals, train them on career methodologies and career methods and strategies and theories, and allow them to be training the managers, so you kind of do a train the trainer program with HR so that they can be a resource for employees, but they also can be the ones that help support managers as they're helping to train their teams or their employees, giving them the coaching that they need to be successful in their career mobility.
Is human resources, is it really more for the company or for the employees?
Well, That's a great question. I think most people would like to think they're for the employees, but they're really there to protect the policies of the organization.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing about doing a career management strategy. There's a lot of fear that if we create a career management strategy, that people are just going to get those skills and tools and then say bye-bye and go someplace else.
Right.
But the opportunity, when an employee thinks that you're invested in them, then they'll be invested in you. It'll foster loyalty and commitment when they know there's opportunities available.
Right.
So providing that resource and helping HR and managers actually be there for the development of the employee, putting people first, you'll actually increase retention and you'll have greater employee engagement and foster loyalty within the organization.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.